Mom rushes to delivery room to give birth to triplets. When doctors see their faces they freeze. It is already difficult to give birth to a pair of twins, but a mother in England gave birth not only to 2 but 3 kids at the same time. Yes, a triplet. An extremely rare phenomenon indeed. Here is what they look like and the journey the mother went through delivering the triplets. Mind you, not just any triplets, but something even rare. The story took place in England, in Liverpool. Yes, where the Beatles come from, as well as the famed football club. The protagonist of the story is a single mother called Becky Jo Allen. Well, you probably gathered that she gave birth to 3 cute triplets, but that's not her first pregnancy. Becky Jo Allen was a 23-year-old single mother with a daughter at the time of her second pregnancy, and her daughter's name is Indiana. Already 3 years old at the time, life was peaceful but difficult being a single mother, but then when she realized she's pregnant again, it was a mixed feeling of both happiness and worrisome. It isn't easy being a single mother, therefore when she found out she was pregnant again she was rather perturbed. But well, the good news is that she already how that felt like and dealing with the pregnancy wasn't that big of a deal for her. The doctor unveiled something she never would have expected. As per the regular procedure, she went to the doctor to verify her pregnant just as she expected, with all the similar feelings she experienced before, she was indeed pregnant. Well, life cannot be so bad with another kid, right? But the doctor had some news in store for her. The results from the ultrasound came out and much to her relief, the baby was safe, or should we say babies. It was then when she realized that she was pregnant with not 1, not 2, but 3 babies. Yes. Triplets. For some time it was difficult to come to the realization that she was about to have 3 additions to the family. But well, life goes on and being a mother she probably understands the beauty of life as well, as there is nothing more fulfilling and satisfying seeing your own kids grow up. It's a gift from heaven, being blessed with 3 more kids at the same time. And so, life goes on. If you are a father or a mother, you would understand that pregnancy is no easy feat. And blessed with not 1 but 3 kids, Allen's pregnancy would be more difficult than others. However, despite the trying times, she managed to pull it through. But then, something happened 31 weeks into her pregnancy. That time has come 31 weeks into her pregnancy, approximately 8 months, her water broke. Panic soon got hold of her, as she was scrambling to find a way to get to the hospital. Well, it wasn't the first time she was pregnant, having 3 babies is no easy feat, and she was rushed quickly to a nearby hospital. She soon found herself at the hospital, people running to and fro, shouting, screaming. It was a scene of mayhem all around her. Thousands of thoughts rushed through her mind. 8 months of pregnancy, and she would trade everything in the world just to have her baby safely delivered. There she was, lying on the table, surrounded by doctors. They are all aware of the daunting task in front of them. Triplets, something not easy to come by, and something trickier than a regular pregnancy. After a quick discussion, they decided that a cesarean section is the best way to go, and the operation soon came underway. Minutes after minutes rolled on by, and in a few hours that seemed like an eternity, they finally finished the operation. They successfully delivered the triplets. Both the mother and the newborns were safe, and doctors on the scene were all relieved. However, there was a grave concern still. The triplets greeted the world safely, but that's not the end of it yet. A normal pregnancy would take 9 months, however, it was only 31 weeks into Alan's pregnancy, which means that the triplets were born prematurely, and some medical complications soon followed. Soon after their birth, the triplets were transferred to the intensive care unit so that they can receive extra medical attention. The staff ensured that they were receiving adequate medical attention so that they can breathe properly and be monitored at all times. Were they able to pull it through? The newborn triplets would have to stay in the hospital for some time to receive extra medical attention. Meanwhile, the mother is already recovering. But the thoughts of her newborn receiving medical attention are still overwhelming, and she needed something to distract herself. It was then when she prepared for her newborn's return home. It was a daunting task, considering she just gave birth not so long ago. However, she managed to make all the preparations with some extra help. She loaded up on clothing, books, and other baby goods. And of course, the cribs for all 3 of them. 6 weeks flew by quickly, but not for the mother. It was a long, painful wait for the mother, but after 6 weeks of intensive care, the triplets were finally able to come home. All the works and efforts have finally paid off, as she warmly embraces her newborns, but then she discovered something weird about them. She looked at their faces lovely, adoringly, grateful for what life has brought her. It was then when she realized that all of them looked similar. You might be thinking, of course, they are triplets, why wouldn't they? However, there's still a difference between identical triplets and fraternal ones, and what she is looking at are 3 identical triplets, a phenomenon that is extremely rare. According to some studies, identical twins are rare, only 1 in 250 births is identical twins, which is minimal considering how rare it is to have twins, to begin with. But with triplets, the math grew exponentially, only 20 to 30 times per 1 million births. Hey, but a lot of babies look similar, right? Maybe they are not really identical, and they would grow to look different as time goes by. That's what Alan thought as well. Therefore, she gathered their DNA and sent them to the lab just to verify if the triplets are really identical. The moment of truth would come in 3 days. 3 days later the result came back, much to her delight, the lab result confirmed that the kids are indeed identical triplets. It was nothing short of a miracle indeed, imagining going through months of pregnancy, waiting at home for their return, then realizing you just gave birth to 3 identical triplets. The excitement was beyond words. Now's the time to finally greet the triplets, 3 cute little boys called Rocco, Roman, and Rohan. Yup, they pretty much look the same as each other, which can be difficult to tell who is who at times, so how could Alan tell them apart? It was difficult at first, but then she found the way. Despite looking entirely identical, these 3 brothers all have a rather distinct personality. According to Alan, Rohan is the loud one, Rocco tends to stick with the flow, and Roman is the quiet type who would stick to himself. Now you might be wondering, how does it feel to be a mother of 3 identical triplets? Sure, raising 3 kids at the same time is no easy task, but for Alan, it was all worth it. Whenever she goes around town, people would stop her and inquire about the triplets, and dumbfounded whenever they realized they are all identical. However, Alan enjoyed the attention, it is something special after all, nothing short of a miracle. What about Indiana, her oldest daughter? How does she react to the fact that she now has 3 younger brothers at the same time? Well, older siblings tend to get jealous with the arrival of younger siblings, that's not the case with Indiana, she adored the triplets. She would even try her best to help her mother out whenever she can. Indiana embraced her role as the oldest sister among her siblings, and a loving one at that. Whenever it's her brother's birthday, she would help organize and decorate the birthday parties, making them as special as possible. Alan was glad as well, as raising 3 triplets is not easy at all. It cost a fortune to raise a baby, more so for triplets. Between 3 of them, it would take 4 packs of baby formula to get through the week, with another 4 packs of baby wipes on top of that. As difficult as they can be, for Alan it was all worth it, seeing how the baby boys grow up, blissfully and lovingly. There's the beauty of life. Here's the story of how a woman gave birth to 3 identical triplets. What do you think about the story? Do you know anyone who gave birth to triplets before? Or you happen to have triplets like that? If you enjoyed reading this, why not share it with your friends and family?